Da, 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 boom, boom, boom. This is Hercules. He is a super strong human that is well known in Greek mythology and Roman. Today we'll be talking about the 12 tasks that he had to do after Hera, queen of the gods, put him under a curse that killed his whole family. Upon killing his family, Hercules was greatly sorry, so he decided to go ask an oracle to tell him how to forgive himself. The oracle told him to go sing King Hercules, which greatly hated him, to get 10 tasks to complete. Hercules' first task was to go and kill the Numan lion, which had fur that was greatly protected and nothing could pierce it. Hercules tried many tactics. First, he tried using his club. That failed miserably. So then he tried using his sword, which also failed. He eventually killed it by strangling it to death. And by killing it, he decided to take its fur and wear it as armor, and take its head and use it as a helmet. When the king saw this, he was greatly terrified and hid in a giant vase, and from there on gave Hercules' tasks from there. Hercules' next task was to go and kill the Hydra. Now, the Hydra had many heads and was said that its own breath could kill you. To look for the creature, Hercules brought along his brother in search of it. And when they found it, Hercules went to go cut off one of the heads. The results were not pleasant at all, because when he cut it off, it grew back in duplicate, meaning instead of one head, it came back as 2. Hercules' brother came up with the idea that after Hercules would cut off one head, he should burn it with fire, therefore preventing the other head to grow back. So they tried this idea. Hercules went to cut off one head, and his brother quickly burnt it, preventing it to grow back. They did this with all the other heads, until the last mortal head remained. And Hercules made quick work of it too. Not as epic as that, but you get the point. Hercules' next task was to go and capture the bronze-hooved, golden-horned Ceranian, which was a doe with antlers. After chasing it down for 1 year, he eventually did capture it, showed it to the king, and returned it as promised to one of the gods. Hercules' next task was to go capture and kill the Eurymanthian boar, which he did by chasing it into deep snow, therefore making it unable to run anymore, and killed it like that. Hercules' next task was to go clean the stables of Aeneas in 1 day. This would be difficult because he had lots of animals and it was so despread that nobody could really enter it to clean it up, therefore making it real dirty. Hercules did accomplish this, however, by rerouting 2 rivers, so then they would flow right into the stables and wash away all the debris and dirtiness. Hercules was then supposed to go kill the flesh-eating Stymphian birds, which were all sitting on a lake. But the forest the lake was in had lots of trees in it, so he had a hard time looking for it. So he took 2 bronze clappers and clapped them together, forcing the birds into flight. And while the birds were in the air, he shot them down with his bow and arrows. Not with a gun. They didn't have guns back then. He killed a few, but the rest that lived never returned again. Hercules' next task was to go catch the Cretan bull, which is said to be the father of the Minotaur. He captured it by grabbing its horns and then shipping it away on a boat. It was then released and ran over Monopoly, therefore becoming the Monopolian bull.